Season 21 is just around the corner. It finally drops tomorrow, and the final trailer for Season 21 has just arrived. The Into the Void trailer, which reveals the new event that's going to kick off Season 21, and the patch notes actually have a few awesome surprises for us to take a look at. So let's jump in to the patch notes, which we talked about pretty much all of the big changes that are coming to the legends and the weapons in the last video, but I do want to point out some specifics that these patch notes do share with us. But I'm going to start off with an exciting new addition: guaranteed weapons out of loot bins. So now on, from Season 21 onwards, the first loot bin opened by an unarmed player will always contain a weapon. This is a note from the devs. Bringing Knuckles to a gunfight isn't the most engaging gameplay, so we're improving weapon acquisition consistency in the early game. When completely unarmed, opening a bin will guarantee at least a low tier weapon. So let's say you have two Mozambiques, you could even just drop both Mozambiques on the ground and open a loot bin, and because you're unarmed, it will give you a new weapon. That could also be a good way to get a better weapon that you actually want. So that's going to be huge. Now we do have more information about teammates' banners from death boxes. Collecting a banner will now no longer lock the player out of critical gameplay actions, so it will still play the animation. However, you can cancel the animation by running, shooting, punching, and reviving. All of these will break out of the banner collect animation while still registering it as a successful collection. You can also immediately interact with the death box a second time while the animation is playing, or continue to hold the interact button to collect the teammate banner and enter the death box all in one go. So that's a huge change. We've waited way too long for them to finally implement this change, but now armor swapping on your teammate's death box will actually be a nice fluid movement. Also, an update to the support bins. Survival items now only spawn from a support bins tray if the team is in need. So a support bin will not give you, for example, a mobile respawn beacon unless you have a dead teammate, which I think will help clear up the loot pool a little bit and give you more meds from these support bins. But I think having a mobile respawn beacon would actually still be nice even before your teammates died. That's kind of an item you want to have handy before someone dies so that you can use it when someone dies. So maybe they'll need to alter the mobile respawn thing. Another thing that's mentioned in the patch notes, you can now auto queue into the next game in pubs and mixtape, which I think we all saw this coming, but now at the end of a game, once your team is eliminated, you can auto re-queue back into the next game without having to go back to the lobby. A lovely quality of life change there. Also, we have a nice little addition to mixtape. Lockdown has now been added into the rotation, and the maps that it's going to be on are Zeus Station and Monument. So the default rotation for mixtape at the start of Season 21 will be Control on Production Yard and Thunderdome, then Gun Run on the Core and the Watson Pylon, then Lockdown on Monument or Zeus Station, and finally TDM on Schooltown and Zeus Station. So they'll be cycling Lockdown into the mixtape playlist, which I'm super happy for. I think Lockdown was a pretty fun game mode, so I'm glad that has finally made its way to be permanent in Apex. And also in Season 21, we now know the gold weapon rotation, which will be the Nemesis, the Triple Take, the Peacekeeper, the Prowler, and the Longbow. So those are going to be your 5 gold weapons that can spawn in Season 21. But yes, those are some sneaky changes that have been added to the patch notes that I thought were worth mentioning. Now, as for the start of Season 21, thanks to leaks from Hypermyst, we know we are getting the Void Raider Milestone collection. It's kind of a mini event, and it only has 10 rewards in it, but unfortunately, it's going to be working the same as the gambling style events. So there's 10 rewards that you can get, along with 2 additional milestone rewards once you complete 5 and 10 items. But like I said, the only way to get any of these skins inside this collection is by opening Apex packs. The first one we know is discounted to only 100 Apex coins, but the maximum price of one of the packs is 1,000 coins. Now in it, we do have this legendary caustic skin, which you can see in the trailer, and we can also see it has a unique select animation, which looks like this.
Death stalks the ignorant. Intelligence will guide us to survival.
However, the chance of getting the caustic skin from the collection packs is only 3%, meaning most of you, just like with the Cobalt Qatar, will have to open all of the event packs just to get that special caustic skin with a unique select animation, which kind of sucks. I hate that they're making us gamble for this skin, and overall this tiny little event will cost you a few thousand Apex coins at least, probably even like 5,000 or 6,000. But I might as well show you some of the skins. You can see the caustic skin here. There's also going to be a legendary Loba skin and also a legendary Vantage skin. I don't know what's going on with that Vantage skin. It looks kind of weird. Let me know your thoughts on that. There's also one legendary weapon skin for the car SMG, and then there's an epic skydive emote for Caustic, where he kind of stands on a death box and just flies down. And then there's a couple of banners, one holo spray, and a few stickers. And then there is a Caustic emote that you get if you complete the entire collection, which is 10 event packs, and that is just an emote where he waves a sword around. Really not that interesting, a silly little event. I really am not a fan of it. I think it would be better if this was just a cool little bundle or a store sale. I don't think they needed to make this an event where you have to gamble for it. I'm not a huge fan of that, but I mean, it kicks off with Season 21, and we do get Solos mode to try out, and of course, the artifacts are coming, and we know that they're all going to be coming at the very start of Season 21. In this image right here, you can see all of them. There's up to 200 customizations available if you purchase every single artifact, but just so you guys know, there's 5 different artifacts that you can get, but to get any of them, you first have to unlock the base Qatar model, and that costs you 150 heirloom shards. So the minimum you'll have to spend to get any of these artifacts will still be 150 heirloom shards. So anyone who doesn't have those, nothing's going to change for you in Season 21. Just because you can get exotic shards, you're still going to need the base heirloom model, which will cost you heirloom shards. Then each upgrade for all of the different variants will be 10 exotic shards per upgrade, and you have to buy the upgrades in order of base, theme, power core, then the special animation, and then finally the death box. So if you want to complete the entire set of Cobalt Qatars, you'll have to spend 240 exotic shards, which will end up costing you around $200. And if you do want to spend that much money and complete the entire set, then you'll unlock the Nitride Qatar, which is just a purple variant. It's really not that special, but that's how those are going to work. And then to finish things off, let's read what they have to say about ranked, because I know some of you are interested in rank changes, and they seem to change ranked every season. So this is what the patch notes say. All players in a pre-made squad must be within 3 ranked tiers of each other, or they will not be allowed to progress to matchmaking, and no tuning changes to be made to rank scoring for the launch of Upheaval. The devs say, while we are happy with how Breakout Ranked was received, there is some feedback that we want to address for the start of Upheaval. As always, we'll be monitoring feedback and data for any required tuning changes during the season and any major updates required for the future. Season reset. So where you ended in your last season of Ranked will determine your start in Upheaval. If you ended the last season in Rookie, you'll be reset to 1 RP. If you ended your last season above Rookie, then everyone will be reset to Bronze 4. And then for Split 2, it will take place in the middle of the season, as expected, and the Upheaval ranked rewards will work as follows. Your end of season rewards will now be determined by the highest rank you achieved during the entire season. So it will no longer be your rank that you are at the end of the season, it will be whatever your top rank was, and your season end rewards badge will be animated if you match or surpass your Split 1 rank in Split 2. If you do not, then you'll just get the normal version of the badge. And there you go, that's the exciting new info about Season 21. If you want to know all of the legend changes, we talked about it in yesterday's video. I'll leave a link to it here, and I'll see you in Season 21.